Good morning. Right, I've barely slept, but there are some things that are more important. In my previous video, I stated that the buzzer isn't working, so I was awake early anticipating my sister's carer who comes around about 7, between 7 and 7:30, so I had to run down the stairs, let her in, come back up. And when she's here, we talk. If there's anything going on, because she goes around to people's houses and they have the TV on. She will see what's going on in the world, in the news, and she may come back and in conversation mention something. And because I don't watch TV, or I don't focus in on the mainstream anyway, um, I can see straight through things. In other words, I don't have scales on my eyes in the way that people who are programmed by what they see and hear are. So, in other words, this coronavirus lockdown thing, I haven't responded to it. I just carry on as normal. So, anyway, there's a staged event going on in London at the moment, and people are sort of losing their heads over it. And again, I went out last night shopping. I wasn't afraid. I mentioned that in one of my videos. I wasn't afraid that a police officer or a man is going to attack me. I just carried on. And anyway, so she said to me that the people she spoke to over the weekend, she doesn't come on Sundays, that they said exactly what I said. She asked them about it. And she said whenever she's speaking to people, she makes reference to things that I say. And she says a lot of them agree with me, but I said, but are they willing to go out there and say it? So I'm happy to put my neck on the line. So someone that I follow on Twitter posted a comment about, I think he was criticizing people for going with the flow according to, oh, I know what it was. Yeah, so it was about Dr. Fauci. If he was saying something that like he's a criminal or something, and that people have been following blindly. So I said, not me. I have not worn a mask. And although they've contacted me about taking the vaccine, I haven't responded. And I'm hoping that they will call me so I can curse them. So while I was sleeping, um, a couple of people responded. One person responded by saying he hasn't worn a mask either. And then another, she said, asked what do I want, if I want a cookie, and how selfish I am for putting other people at risk. Now, this isn't the kind of thing that you should say to Elizabeth Young, because I'm going to, you're basically giving me an opportunity to say what I want to say. But obviously, if I come out and say it, it will look like me ranting. But if I respond to something that somebody has said to me, then that's fine. It's just I'm responding to the thing that you've said to me. So then my response to her was to the effect that I ask no one to take responsibility for my health. I'm asking no one to wear a mask or wear the vaccine. Other people are responsible for their own health in the same way that I take responsibility for mine. Right. So when you say this to people, I said I don't look to doctors and politicians. I look to God, and I don't do mass fear. Obviously, I only have a few characters on Twitter, so I couldn't say exactly what I wanted to say in the way that I wanted to say it. But I don't do mass fear and I don't do mass panic. So with this thing going on in London at the moment, where they're basically trying to cancel men, and they're trying to put fear and panic in women, so women can rise up against men, and women must, think about their safety. And I think, whose intelligence are you trying to insult? And people, the little I've heard, and with what people are coming back and saying to me, it's like, whose intelligence are you trying to insult? So I use the example to my sister's carer about slavery. I said it's never gone away. People are more enslaved more than ever. And I said it's a bit like a lion in the zoo. The lion will get everything it needs: food, water, shelter, but it's not free. And similarly in society, because people are being given handouts like for example, in being in lockdown, you're told not to go to work and the government will give you money. I'm not I'm not criticizing the government, I'm not criticizing people, I'm just using it as an example because people are free to do whatever they choose to do or not. So because you are being given something, or because for example people, like I criticize Candice Owens because she says things that are pleasing to people's ears, it doesn't mean that because people are giving you stuff for free, oh gosh, sorry, I keep doing that. They're giving you stuff for free, or they're telling you what you want to hear. It doesn't actually mean that they have your best interest at heart. It just means that in the same way that you lock your door, some people would go and leave their door wide open, others will lock the door with the key. It doesn't mean that somebody's not going to come and kick the door down or still, manage to get into your house. It is, you can't sort of like look at what people are doing to you, for you, and you view it as kindness because they might have a motive, and it's not that you should be paranoid about everything, but at least you should, whenever anything is presented in front of you're supposed to well, I can't tell you what you're supposed to do, I can tell you what I do. You examine it, and like I said in one of the videos I did last night, sometimes you don't have to examine it because it's that obvious. But like I said, with this person who responded to my tweet, I think, who the hell do you think you're talking to? I will destroy you. Because as I said, I'm not responsible for anybody's health. And when I say that, I mean mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I put things out there as I am now, and I ask nobody to watch my videos. I said this last night. I asked nobody to read my Facebook post. I asked nobody to respond to me on Twitter. I put what I put out. And when you do respond, you take what you get. So, no, I don't give a damn about anybody else's health. In the same way, I don't expect anybody to give a damn about my health. We are responsible for ourselves, right? So, if I've practiced living in a safe way, for want of a better term, so I live risk free, and I've got people, like I said, I've never ridden a bicycle, and people will say to me, oh, you're a coward, oh, you should try it, this isn't going to happen to you. In the same way that I choose not to ride a bicycle and people try and persuade me, similarly, if people choose to wear a mask and take the vaccine, I'm not going to try and persuade them away from it. But you see, it's the same attitude. The same people who would tell me, oh, you should ride a bicycle, you shouldn't worry about it, are the same people who are going to come to me and tell me, oh, but you should wear a mask, you should take the vaccine. I don't listen to stupid people, right? I do what I need to do, and it works for me. That is what we need to do. If everybody did the right thing, well, actually, not so much do the right thing, because sometimes doing the right thing is the thing that makes you uncomfortable, and there aren't many people in the world who have the discipline to do it, or who would have the willingness to do it. Because if you've got people trying to tell somebody like me, who, and I've stated openly, even prior to this coronavirus thing, I have been taking responsibility for my own health. So if you've got people who in this current climate think that I need to take responsibility for their health, they've got another thing coming. And these are like complete strangers. These are people I don't know. We live in a selfish world. Most people don't give a damn about anybody's health as regards coronavirus. They're running scared for their own lives. It's not about, and I've said this before on other videos, it's not about protecting people, it's about protecting themselves. They want to stay alive. I'm not going to say anything about whether mask works or whether the vaccine works or not. That's not my business. My business is just to live my life and not to worry about what might or what might not happen, and not to respond to the fear and panic that others are feeling. So I will leave it there, but that is what I woke up to this morning. Some fool that I don't know trying to put me on a guilt trip, and that is something that nobody is capable of doing, because as I said, if you live in such a way that you take responsibility for everything that is for you, that is within your hands, and you likewise you let other people take responsibility for what is in their hands, then nobody can come to you and tell you that you're selfish. Because how can you be selfish if you're asking nothing of anyone? It would be different if I'm saying, oh, you've got to protect me, while I'm wondering about not protecting anybody. I ask nothing of anyone, therefore nobody can ask anything of me and take it further. You know, to sort of engage in a further basically take an argument to me beyond what I've said. But it would be interesting to see if she responds. If she does respond, it's going to be, for me, it's going to be fun, because I'll be able to come out and say a lot of things that I've not as yet been able to say, due to not having anybody challenging me on the thing. So anyway, I leave it there. You guys have a good morning. Bye bye.